Copse in Winter by Clare. Shades fall, you leafless, save a bramble spear, whose weather-beaten leaves of purple stain, and hardy stubbornness cling all the year to my old thorns till spring buds new again. Shades still love you better when the plain, for here will the earliest flowers wind blow, while on the bleak black do yet remain old winter's traces in little heaps of snow. Beneath your ashen roofs primroses grow from dead grass tufts and matted moss once more. Sweet beds of violets there against be seen, in their deep purple pride and gay displayed. The crow flowers, creeping from the naked green, add early beauties to your sheltering shade.
A Vision by Clare. I lost the love of heaven above, I spurned the lust of earth below, I felt the sweets of frenzied love, and hell itself my only foe. Lost earth's joys, but felt the glow of heaven's flame abound in me, till loveliness and I did grow the bard of immortality. I laughed, but woman fell away, I hid me from a faded fame, I snatched the sun's eternal ray, and wrote her love was but a name. In every language upon earth, and every shore or every sea, I give my name a mortal birth, and kept my spirit with her free.
A Wish by Clare. Beware I weigh when death brings in his bill, demanding payment for life's lingering debt. All in my native village nestling still, or tracing scenes I've never known as yet. Oh, let one wish go where will be mine, to turn me back and wander home to die. Among your friends my latest brief resign, and in the churchyard with my kindred lie, neath a thick shaded sky mesquite, its broad leaves trembling to the breeze of day, to see its shadow o'er my ashes wave. How shooting will it be, while, hovering near, my unseen spirit haunts its daisy's grief, posing on scenes in life once loved so dear. A World for Love by Clare. Oh, the world is all to rule for we, with much ado and care. Oh, this world is but a rude world, and hurts of things so fair. Was there unlock, and the world had never been to see that place would prove a paradise when woe and love were near, and where to pluck the blackberry, and where to reach the sloe. How joyously and happily would love thy partner go, when rest when weary on a bank, where not a gazzy bled. Harry and Bean bent by trouble's feet, and love a pillow made. Or summer would be evergreen, whose slows were in the prime, and winter's smile is thrones to spring in beauty happy collide. And months would come, and months would go, and all in sunny mood, and everything inspired by the grow beautiful good. And where to make a cot unknown to any care and pain, and where to shut the door, alone on singing wind and rain. Far, far away from all the world, where rude and rain or wind. Oh, who could wish a sweeter home, a better place to find, when was to love and live with thee a beautiful delight, when was to live and laugh with thee the summer day and night. The earth itself, thou hast rest, would surely smile to see herself grow Eden once again, possessed of love and we. All nature has a feeling by Clare. All nature has a feeling, woods, fields, brooks, are life eternal, and in silence away, speak happiness beyond the reach of books. There's nothing mortal in them, mere decay. There's a green life of change to pass away, and come again in blooms verified. Its birth was heaven, eternal in its stay, and with the sun and moon should still abide, beneath the night and day and heaven wide.
An Invite to Eternity by Clare. Wilt thou go with me, sweet maid? Say, maiden, wilt thou go with me through belly depths of shade of night and dark obscurity? Where the path has lost its way, where the sun forgets the day, where there is no life nor light to see, sweet maiden, wilt thou go with me? The stones will turn to flooding streams, the plains will rise like ocean waves, the life will fade like vision dreams, and mountains darken into caves. Say, maiden, wilt thou go with me through this sad and non-identity, where parents live and are forgot, and sisters live and know us not? Say, maiden, will forgo with me in this strange death of life to be, to live in death and be the same, without this life a home or name, at once to be and not to be, it was and is not, yet to see things pass like shadows in the sky, above, below, around us lie?
Approach of Winter by John Clare. The autumn day now fades away, the fields are wet and dreary, a rude storm takes the flowers of May, and nature seems weary. The partridge covers shunning fate, hide in the bleaching stubble, and many a bird without its mates mourns over its lonely trouble. On Hawthorn shine the crimson haw, where spring brought May-day blossoms decay its nature's cheerless law, lies winter is our bosoms. The fields are brown and naked all, the hedges still are green, but storms shall come at autumn's fall, and not a leaf be seen. Yet happy love that warms the heart, through darkest storms severe, keeps many a tender flower to start, when spring shall reappear. Affection's hope shall roses meet, like rose of summer bloom, and joys and flowers shall be as sweet in seasons yet to come. Approaching Night by John Clare. Oh, take this world away from me, its strife I cannot bear to see. Its very praise hurt me more, and e'en its coldness did before. Its hollow ways torment me now, and start a cold sweat on my brow. Its noise I cannot bear to hear, its joy is trouble to my ear. Its way I cannot bear to see, its crowds are solitudes to me. Oh, how I long to be aged, that poor and independent man, with labour's lot from morn to night, and books to read at candlelight, that followed labour in the field, from light to dark, when toil could yield. Real happiness with little gain, which thought herself unknown to pain. Woe, leaning on my spade to rest, I thought how richer folks were blessed, and knew not quite was the best. Go with your tauntings, go, near think to hurt me so. Let's scoff at your disdain, cold forward will winter blow. When hills are free from snow, it will be spring again. So go, and fare we well, the thing ye will have to tell, of wounded hearts for me, locked up in your heart's cell. Mine still at home doth dwell, in its first liberty. Bees sit not at one flower, spring comes not with one shower, nor shines the sun alone upon one favored hour, but with unstinted power makes every day his own. And for my freedom's sake, with such I'll pattern take, and rove and revel on. Your gale shall never make my only paths forsake. So prithee get we gone. And when my toil is blessed, and I find a maid possessed of truth, but not in thee, like bird that finds its nest, I'll stop and take my rest, and laugh as she loves me.
Autumn Birds by John Clare. The wild duck startles like a sudden thought, and heron's slow as if it might be caught. The flopping crows and whirlwings go by, and grey-beard jackdaws rising as they fly. The crowds of sternals whizzant hurry by, and darken like a clot the evening sky. The larks like thunder rise and suffer round, and drop and nestle in the stubble ground. The wild swan hurries high and noises loud, with white neck peering to the evening cloud. The very rocks to distant woods are gone. The flens of tail the magpie winnows on to neighbouring tree, and leaves the distant crow, while small birds nestle in the edge below.
Childhood by John Clare. What trifles touch your feelings when you view the simple scenes of childhood's early day, pausing on spots where gay blossoms grew, or favourite seats of many a childish play, bush, dyke, or wood, the painting pooties lay, where oft we've crept and crept the shades among, where ivy hung old roots bosomed with grey, where nettles oft or infant fingers stung, and tears would web the gentle wounds away. Ah, gentle wounds indeed, I well may say, to those sad manhood's tortured passage feel, where naked fate each day new pangs do feel, clearing away the brambles that surround, inflicting tortures death can only heal.
Distant Hills by John Clare. What is there in those distant hills my fancy longs to see, that many a mood of joy instills? Say, what can fancy be? Toward open thicken all the woods, where weeds and brakes are bare? Does common water make the floods that's common everywhere? As grass green but close the ground, or springs the common springs, daisies and cowslips dropping round, are such a flower she brings? Are cottages of mud and stone by Willow Wood and Glen, and where come dwellers little known men and but common men, that drive a field with carts and plows? Such men are common here, and pastoral maidens milking cows are dwelling everywhere. If so my fancy idle clings to notions far away, and longs to roam for common things around her every day, right idle would her journey be to leave one's home so far and see the moon I now can see and every little star. And have there a night and day and common counted hours, and do I see so far away this very moon of ours? I mark him climb above the trees with one small comrade star, and think me in my reveries he cannot shine so far. The poets in the tales they tell, and with the happy powers have made lands where the fancies dwell seem better lands than ours. Why need I sigh for hills to see, if grasses their array, while here the little paths go through the greenest every day? Such fancies fill the restless mind, it wants to cheat and cheer the thought and semblance undefined nowhere and everywhere. Early Nightingale by John Clare. And first we hear the shy-come nightingales, they seem to mutter o'er their songs and fear, and climb the oh so soft with spinning rails, all stops as if no bird was anywhere. The kindled bushes with the young leaves thin, let curious eyes to search along therein, until impatience cannot see or hear the hidden music, gets but a little way upon the path, and up the songs begin, followed a moment and then low again. And when a day or two confirms her stay, boldly she sings and loud for half a day, and soon the village brings the woodman's tale of having heard the new-come nightingale. Early Spring by John Clare. The spring is come, and spring flowers coming too. The crocus, paticay, the rich heart's ease. The polyanthus peeps with bleeps of dew. The daisy flowers, the buds swell on the trees, while o'er the odd flowers from grandth of the bees. In the old homestead rests the cottage cow. The dogs sit on their haunches near the pail. The least one to the stranger growls bow-wow. Then hurries to the door to gnaw the unfinished bone. The placid cow looks over the gate. Fresh as a lumping flail is all the noise the spring encounters now. Earth's Eternity by John Clare. Man, earth's poor shadow, talks of earth's decay, but hath it nothing of eternal kin, no majesty that shall not pass away, no soul of greatness springing up within. Thought marks without horse shadows the sublime pictures of power, which if not doomed to win eternity, stand laughing at old time for ages. And the grand ancestral line of things eternal, mounting to divine, read magnificence the ages pay worship like conquered foes to the Alpine, because they could not conquer. Where sits day too high for night to come at mountain shine, or peering time too lofty for this say?
Evening by John Clare. This evening the black snail has got on his track, and gone to its nest is the wren. And the black snail too, with his home on his back, climbs to the bow's bends like a wing. The shepherd has made a rude mark with his foot, where shadow reaches when he first came, and it just touched the tree, where secret love cut to letters that stand for love's name. The evening comes, and with the whistles of life, and the shepherd he looks on the flowers, and thinks who would praise the soft song of the dove, and met joy in these true falling days. For nature is love, and finds haunts for true love, and nothing can hear or intrude. It hides from the eagle and joins with the dove in beautiful green solitude.
Evening Primrose by John Clare. And once the sun sinks in the west, and Europe's pearl the evening's breast, almost as pale as moonbeams are, or its companionable star, the evening primrose opens anew its delicate blossoms to the dew. And hermit-like shining the light, wastes its fair bloom upon the night, who blindfold to its fond caresses, knows not the beauty it possesses. Thus it blooms on while night is by, when day looks out with open eye, bashes at the gaze it cannot shun, it faints and withers and is gone. Farm Breakfast by John Clare. Maid shout to breakfast in the merry strife, and the cat runs to hear the whetted knife, and dogs are ever in the way to watch the mouldy crust and falling bone to catch. The wooden dishes around in haste are set, and around the table the boys are met. All know their own safe watch would be first, but everyone is master least the worst. On every wooden dish a humble claim to ruddy cut letters mark the owner's name, while the knock the smile of plenty calls, and rusty flitches decorate the walls. Moore's almanac, where wonders never cease, or smeared with candle snuff and bacon grease. Farmer's Boy by John Clare. He waits all day beside this little flock, and asks the passing stranger what's o'clock. But those who often pass his daily task, look at their watch and tell before you ask. He mutters stories to himself, and lies where the thick hedge the warmest house supplies, and when he hears the hunters far and wide, he climbs the high street to see them ride. He climbs till all the fields are bleak and bare, and makes the old crow's nest an easy chair. And soon his sheep are got another groans. He hastens down and fears his master come. He stops for gap and keeps them all in bones, and tends them closely till it's time for home. Field Path by John Clare. The beams and blossom with their spots of jet smelled sweet as gardens wheresoever met. The level meadow grass was in the swath, the hedge-briar rose hung right across the path, wide over with its flowers, a grass that lay bleaching beneath the twittering heat to hay smelled so deliciously, the puzzled bee went wondering where the honey sweets could be, and passer-by along the level rose stopped down and whipped the bit beneath his nose.
Firewood by John Clare. The fire trees taper into twinkles and rear, the rich blue green of summer all the year, softening the roughest tempest almost calm, and offering shelter, ever still and warm, to the small path that towers underneath, where loudest winds, almost as summer's breath, scarce fan or reed what wingers green below, when hours out of doors are lost in frost and snow, and sweet the music trembles on the ear, as the wind suffers through each tiny spear, make shifts for leaves, and yet so rich they show, winter is almost summer where they grow. First Love by John Clare. I never was struck before that hour with love so sudden and so sweet. Her face is bloomed like a sweet flower, and stole my heart away complete. My face turned pale, as deadly pale, my legs refused to walk away, and when she looked, what could I ail? My life and all seemed turned to clay. And when my blood rushed to my face and took my sight away, the trees and bushes round the place seemed midnight at noonday. I could not see a single thing, words from my eyes did start, they spoke as chords do from the string, and blood turns round my heart. Are flowers a winter's choice? Is love's bed always snow? She seemed to hear my silent voice, and love's appeal to know. I never saw so sweet a face as where I stood before. My heart has left its dwelling place, and can return no more.
Grasshoppers by John Clare. Grasshoppers go in many a farming spring, and not to stalks of tasseled snowgrass cling, that shakes and sweeps a while, but still keeps straight. The larching ox doubles with his weight. Next on the cattail grass the father bound, he springs, but bends until they touch the ground. Graves of Infants by John Clare. Infant graves are steps of angels, where earth's brightest gem of innocence repose. God is their parent, and they need no tear. He takes them to his bosom from earth's woes, and but the lifetime and the flower their close. Their spirits are an iris of the skies, needing no prayers, as sunset's happy close. Gone are the bright rays of her soft blue eyes. Flowers weep and dewdrops o'er them, and the gale gently sighs. Her lives were nothing but a sunny shower, melting on flowers as tears melt from the eye. But deaths were dewdrops on heaven's amaranth bower, and told on flowers as summer gales went by. They bowed and trembled, and they left no sigh, and the sun smiled to show their end was well. Infants have naught to weep, for all they die. All prayers are needless, beads they need not tell. White flowers their mourners are, nature their passing bell. House or Window Flies by John Clare. These little window dwellers in cottages and halls were always entertaining to me. After dancing in the window all day from sunrise to sunset, we would sip of the tea, drink of the beer, and eat of the sugar, and be welcome all summer long. They look like things of mind or fairies, and seem pledged or dull as the weather permits. In many clean cottages and gentle houses they are allowed every liberty to creep, fly, or do as they like, and seldom or ever do wrong. In fact, they are the small or dwarfish portion of our own family, and so many of their familiars which we know and treat as one of ourselves. I Am by John Clare. I am, yet what I am none cares or knows. My friends forsake me like a memory lost. I am the self-consumer of my woes. We rise and vanish in oblivious host, like shades in love and death's oblivion lost. And yet I am, and live with shadows toast. Into the nothingness of scorn and noise, into the living sea of waking dreams, where is neither sense or life nor joys, but the vast shipwreck of my life's esteems. And e'en the dearest, and I love the best, are strange, aye, rather stranger than the rest. I long for scenes where man has never trod, a place where woman never smiled or wept, where to abide with the Creator God, and sleep as I in childhood sweetly slept. Untroubling and untroubled where I lie, the grass below above a vaulted sky. I hid my love by John Clare. I hid my love when young till I couldn't bear the buzzing of a fly. I hid my love to my despite till I could not bear to look at light. I dare not gaze upon her face, but left her memory in every place. Ere I saw a white flower lie, I kissed and bade my love good-bye. I met her in the greenest dales, where dewdrops pearl the wood bluebells. Willow's breeze kissed her bright blue eyes, the bee kissed and went singing by. A sunbeam found the passage there, a gold chain round her neck so fair. As secret as the wild bee's song, she lay there all the summer long. I hid my love in field and town, till the breeze would knock me down. The bees seemed singing ballads, or the flies past turned to lion's roar, and even the silence found a tongue to haunt me all the summer long. A little nature could not prove was nothing else but secret love. Idle Fame by John Clare. Who would not wish the burning blaze of fame around a restless world, the thunder and the storm of praise and crowded tumults he and heard? Who would not be a flower to stand, stare of every passer-by, but in some nook of fairyland, seen in the praise of beauty's eye?
In Hilly Wood by John Clare. How sweet to be was nestling deep in boards, upon an ashen stove and pillaring me. Faintly I heard the plautin at the plauts, but not an eye could find its way to see. The sunbeam scarce modes me with a smile, so thick the leaves armies gather round. And where we do, the breeze blows cool the while, the lofty shadows dancing on the ground. Full many a flower, too, wishing to be seen, perks up its head to hide in grass between. And midwood silence was, how sweet to be, where all the noises, but on peace and truth, come from the chittering cricket, bird, and bee, whose songs have charmed to sweeten solitude.
In summer showers a Skreeking noise is heard, by John Clare. In summer showers a Skreeking noise is heard, deep in the woods of some uncommon bird. It makes a loud and long and loud continued noise, and often stops the speed of men and boys. It thinks somebody mocks and goes along, and never thinks the nuthatch makes the song, always comes along the summer guest. The birdest hunters never found the nest. The schoolboy hears the noise from day to day, and stops among the thorns to find a way, and starts the jaybird from the bushes green. He looks and sees the nest he's never seen, and takes the spotted eggs of many joys, and thinks he found the bird that made the noise. Insects by John Clare. These tiny loiterers on the barley's beard, and happy units of a numerous herd of playfellows, the laughing summer brings, mocking the sunshine on the glittering rings. How merrily they creep and run and fly! No kin they bear to labor's drudgery, smoothing the velvet of the pale hedgerows. And where they fly for dinner, no one knows. The dewdrops feed them not, they love the shine of noon, whose suns may bring them golden wine. All day they're playing in their sunny dress. The night reposes, for they can do no less. Then to the heath-bed's purple hood they fly, and like the princes in their slumbers lie, secure from rain and dropping dews and all, in silken beds and roomy painted hall. So merrily they spend their summer day, now in the cornfields, now in the new-mown hay. One almost fancies that such happy things, with coloured hoods and richly burnished things, are fairy folk in splendid masquerade disguised, as if of mortal folk afraid, keeping the joyous pranks a mystery still, lest glaring day should do their secrets ill. June by John Clare. No summer is in flower, and nature's hum is never silent round the sultry bloom. Insects as small as dust are never done, the glittering dance and reeling in the sun, and green wood fly and blossom haunting bee are never weary of the melody. Round field hedge now flowers in full glory trine, large bindweed bells will hop and straight woodbine, that lift the first their slender throated flowers. Agape for dew falls and for honey showers, we surround each bush in sweetest order run, and spread the wild hues to the sultry sun.
Love Cannot Die by John Clare. In crime and enmity they lie, who sin and tell us love can die, who say to us in slender's breath that love belongs to sin and death. From heaven it came, on angel's wing, to bloom on earth eternal spring. In falsehood's enmity they lie, who sin and tell us love can die. 'Twas born upon an angel's breast, the softest dreams, the sweetest rest, the brightest sun, the bluest sky, or love's own home and cannot pie. A thought that cheers this heart of mine is that of love, love so divine, with sin who say in slender's breath, that love belongs to sin and death. The sweetest voice that lips contain, the sweetest thoughts that leaves the brain, the sweetest feeling of the heart, there's pleasure in its very smart. The scent of rose and cinnamon is not like love remembered on, and falsehood's enmity there lie, who sin and tell us love can die. Love by John Clare. Love, for it is not chill and cold, but burning like eternal fire, as yet not off approaches bold, which gay dramatic taste admire, ultimate love more fond than free, and daring songs is ill portrayed, where as in war the devotee, the valor wins each captive maid, where hearts are pressed to hearts in glee, as they could tell each other's mind, where ruby lips are kissed as free as flowers are by the summer wind. No, gentle love, a timid dream, with hopes and fears and foil and play, works like a skiff against a stream, and thinking most finds least to say. It lives in blushes and in sighs, in hopes for which no words are found. Thoughts dare not speak but in the eyes, the tongue is left without a sound. The bird and forward wings that dare, they talk in every maiden's ear. Feel no more when the shadows wear mere things of form with naught of fear. True passion that so burns to plead is timid as the ghost is ghost. 'Tis for the murdering aimed gleed to dart at everything that flies. True love, it is no daring friend, but like a little timid wren, but in the new landed thrones of spring shrinks far from the sight of man. The idol of his musing mind, the worship of his lonely hour. Love wooes her in the summer wind, and tell her name to every flower. But in his sight no open word escapes his fondness to declare. The sights by beauty's magic stirred, now all that speak his passion aware.
Love lives beyond the tomb, by John Clare. Love lives beyond the tomb, the earth which fades like dew. I found the fond, the faithful and the true. Love lies in sleep, the happiness of healthy dreams. Eve's dews may weep, but love delightful seems. The scene in flowers, and in the even's pearly dew, on earth's green hours, and in the heaven's eternal blue. 'Tis heard in spring, when lighted sunbeams warm and kind on angels' wing bring love and music to the wind. And where's voice so young, so beautiful, so sweet is nature's choice, where spring and lovers meet. Love lies beyond the tomb, the earth, the flowers and dew. I love the fond, the faithful, young and true. Market Day, by John Clare. With arms and legs at work in gentle stroke, that urges switching tail nor mends his pace. On an old ribbed and weather-beaten horse, the farmer goes jog-trotting to the fair. Both keep their pace that nothing can provoke, followed by brindled dog that snuffs the ground, with urging bark and hurries at his heels. His head slouched down, and greatcoat buttoned close, bellied like hopped leg, and chuffy face, red as the morning sun, he takes his round and talks of stock. And when his jobs are done, and Dobbin's hay is eaten from the rack, he drinks success to corn and language horse, and clasps out Dobbin's hide and Potter's back. Meet me in the green glen, by John Clare. Love, meet me in the green glen, beside the tall elm tree, where the sweetbriar smells so sweet again. Where come with me, meet me in the green glen. Meet me at the sunset down in the green glen, where we've often met, the hawthorn tree and fox's den. Meet me in the green glen. Meet me in the green glen, where sweetbriar bushes wear. Meet me by your own sen, where the wild thyme blossoms fair. Meet me in the green glen. Meet me by the sweetbriar, where the molehills swelling bare, and the west glows like a fire God's crimson bed is wear. Meet me in the green glen. Merry Maid, by John Clare. Bonny and stout and brown, without a head, she frowns offended and they call her fat. Yet fat she is, the merriest in the place, and all can know she wears a pretty face. But still she never heeds what praise can say, but does her work, and oft runs out to play, to run about the yard and ramp and noise, and spring the mob upon the servant boys. When old hens noise and cackle everywhere, she howls eager if the eggs are dear, and runs to seek them when they lay away, to get them ready for the market day. She gambols with a man and laughs aloud, and only quarrels when they call her proud. Night Wind, by John Clare. Darkness like midnight from the sobbing woods, calamours with dismal tidings of the rain, roaring as the rivers breaking loose in floods, to spread and foam and deluge all the pain. The cotter listens at his door again, half doubting whether it be floods or wind, and for the thickening darkness looks afraid, thinking of roads that travel has to find, through night's black depths and dangers garb arrayed, and the loud glamour round the flays soon stops, when hushed to silence by lifted hand, or fearing dame who hears the noise and dread, and thinks the deluge comes to drown the land, nor dare she go to bed until the tempest drops.
Now is past, by John Clare. Now is past the heavy now, when we together roofed, then of a wildwood's oak tree board. Nature said we laughed, Winter's blast, but now since wind has crept between and left us both apart. Winter's wet rivered all the green, and froze the beating heart. Now is past. Now is past since last we met, when if a hazel board, before the sun was set, a shadow stretched below. Autumn's blast was stained and blighted every board. White strawberries, like her lips, have left the moose's green below. Her blooms upon the hips. Now is past. Now is past, is changed Aden. The woods and fields are painted new. White strawberries, which both gathered when none now know where they grew. The skies are cast. Wood strawberries faded from wood sides. Green leaves have all turned yellow. No Adeline walks the wood rides. True love has no bad fellow. Now is past.
Pleasures of Fancy by John Clare. The path our tree goes by we crooking on, and through his little gate with clasping banks against the rifted trunk what steps have gone. Though but a lonely way yet mystery hangs, are crowds of pastoral scenes recordless here. The boy might climb the nest in thy young boughs that slept half an eternity, and fear the herdsman may have left his startled cows for shelter when heaven's thunder voice was near. Here to the woodman on his wallet laid for pillow may have slept an hour away. And poet, pastoral, lover of the shade, he has sat and mused half some summer day, while some old shepherd listened to the lay. Schoolboys in Winter by John Clare. The schoolboys still the morning ramble take, to neighbouring villages good with playing speed, loitering with pastimes leisure till they quake, oft looking up the wild cheese droves to heat, watching the letters which their journeys make, or plugging horse on which the field fares fed, and hips and slows, and on each shallow lake making glimpse lights, where they like shadows go, till some fresh pastimes in their minds awake. And oft they start anew and hasty bound, the numbed and clumsy fingers till they glow, and races with their shadows widely run, that stride huge giants over shining snow and the pale splendour of a winter sun.
Secret Love by John Clare. I hide my love when young till I couldn't bear the buzzing of a fly. I hid my love to my despite, till I could not bear to look at light. I dare not gaze upon her face, but left her memory in each place. Where ere I saw wild flower lie, I kissed and bade my love goodbye. I met her in the greenest dales, where dewdrops purred the wood blue vales. The lost breeze kissed her bright blue eyes. The bee kissed and went singing by. A sunbeam found a passage where a gold chain round her neck so fair, as secret as the wild bee's song, she lay there all the summer long. I hide my love in field and town, till e'en the breeze would knock me down. The bees seemed singing ballads o'er, the fly's bars turned to lines raw, and even the silence found a tongue to haunt me all the summer long. The riddle nature could not prove was nothing else but secret love.
Signs of Winter by John Clare. The cat runs or races with a tail, the dog leaps over the orchard hedge and gnarls the grass. Swine run round and grunt and play with straw, snatching out hasty mouthfuls from the stack. Sudden upon the elm tree tops the crow, unceremonious visit plays and croaks, she swopes away. From mossy barn the owl bobs hasty out, with the round end scared as soon as hastily retires. The ducks grow wild, and from the muddy pond fly up and wheel a circle round the village, and soon, tired, plunge in the pond again. The maids in haste snatch from the orchard hedge the missed cloves, and laughing hurry in to keep them dry. Snowstorm by John Clare. What a night! Wind howls, hisses, and but stops to howl more loud, while the snow waller keeps incessant batter at the window pane, making our comfort feel as sweet again. And in the morning then the tempest drops, and every cottage door mountainous heaps of snow lie drifted, where all entrance stops, until the beastmen with shovel gain the path, leave the wall on either side. The shepherd rambling valleys wide and wide, with new sensations his old memory fills, when hedges left at night, no more descried, are turned to one wide sweep of curving hills, and trees turned bushes half a body's height. The boy that goes to fodder with surprise walks over the gate he opened yesternight. The edges all have vanished from his eyes, e'en some tree-tops the sheep could reach to bite. The novel scene emboldens new delight, and with cautious steps his sports begin, he boldly shuffles the huge hills of snow, till down he drops and plunged to the chin, and struggles much and oft escaped to win, and turns and laughs but dare not further go, For deep the grass and bushes lie below, where little birds with soon at eve went in, with heads tucked in their wing, nor pine for day, and little field boys o'er their heads can stray. Spring's Messengers by John Clare. Where slanting banks are always with the sun, the daisy is in blossom even now, and where warm patches by the hedges run, the cottager when coming home from plough brings home a cowslip root and flower to set. Wheresoever Christmas goes, the spring is met, setting up little tents above the fields and sheltering spots. Primroses when they get behind the wood's old roots, where ivy shields their crimpled, curdled leaves that shine and hide. Cart rats and horses footing scarcely yield a slur for boys, just grizzled and that's all. Frost shoots his needles by the small like sight, and snow and scark a fever seen too. Summer Evening by John Clare. A frog half fearful jumps across the path, and a little mouse that leaves its hole at eve nimbles with timid dread beneath the swath. When rustling steps while their joys deceive, till past, and when the cricket sings more strong, and grasshoppers in merry mood still whir, short night whirl with their fretting song. Up from behind the molehill jumps the hare, cheat of his chosen bed, and from the bank the yellowhammer flutters in short fierce from off its nest hid in the grasses rank, and drops again when no more noise it hears. As nature's human link and endless thrill brought man still seems to enemy of all.
Summer by John Clare. Come we to summer we will come, for the woods are full of bluebells and the hedges full of bloom, and the crows on the oak are building of a nest, and love is burning diamonds in my true lover's breast. She sits beneath the white horn, a plaiting on her hair, and I will to my true lover with a founded crest repair. I will look upon her face, I will in her beauty rest, and lay my ancient weariness upon her lovely breast. The clock clay is creeping on the open bloom of May. The merry bee is trampling the pinky treads our day. And the chaffinch in its brooding on its grey mossy nest, and the right round bush where I will lean upon my lover's breast, I lean upon her breast, and I whisper in her ear, but I cannot get a wink of sleep for thinking of my dear. I hunger at my knee, and I daily fade away, like the hedgerows that is broken in the heat of a day.
Summer Winds by John Clare. The wind waves over the meadows green, and shakes my own white flowers, and shifts about the moving scene, like the life of summer hours. Where little bends were ready had, the scarce seen shapes of flowers, all kink about like skein of thread, in these wind-shaken hours. All stir and strife and life and bustle, and everything around one sees. The rushes whistle, sedges rustle, the grass is buzzing round like bees. The butterflies are tossed about like skiffs upon the stormy sea. The bees are lost amid the road, and drop in rare perplexity. Well, woe be mine, O bonny lass, thy river floats so gracefully. We'll walk along the meadow grass, we'll stand beneath a willow tree, we'll mark the little reeling bee, along a grassy ocean rove, tossed like a little boat at sea, and interchange our woes of love. The Ants by John Clare. What a wonder strikes the curious when it views the black ant city by the rotten tree or woodland bank. In ignorance we muse, pausing, annoyed. We know not what we see, such government and thought there seem to be, some looking on and urging some to toil, dragging the loads of benstalks lavishly. And what's more wonderful than big loads foil one ant or two to carry quickly when the swarm flock round to help a fellow man? Surely we speak a language whisperingly to find for us to hear, and show their ways prove they have kings and laws, and that we be deformed remnants of the fairy days. The Beautiful Stranger by John Clare. I cannot know what country owns thee now, where France's forest lilies on thy brow. In England knew thee though with passing fair, never knew a foreign face so rare. The world of waters rolls and rushes by, and lets me wonder where thy valleys lie. But surely France must be a pleasant place, which greets the stranger with so fair a face. The English maiden blushes down the dance, but few can equal the fair maid of France. I saw thee lovely, and I wished thee mine, and the last song I ever wrote is wine. The country's honour on thy face attends, men may be foes, but beauty makes us friends. The Crow Sat on the Willow by John Clare. The crow sat on the willow tree, a lifting up his wings, and glossy was his coat to see, and loud the ploughman sings. I love my love because I know the milkmaid she loves me. And hoarsely croaked the glossy crow upon the willow tree. I love my love, the ploughman sung, and all the fields with music rung. I love my love, the bonny lass, she keeps her pail so bright, and bluff she trips the dewy grass at morning and at night. A cotton dress, a morning gown, her face was a rosy health. She traced the pastures up and down, and nature was her wealth. He sung and turned each flower down, his sweetheart's love in cotton gown. My love is young and handsome as any in the town. She's worth a plowman's ransom in the drop cotton gown. He sang and turned his flower and urged his team along, while on the willow as before the old crow croaked his song. The plowman sung his rustic lay and sang of film all the day. The crow he was in love not doubt, and saw the many things. The plowman finished many a boat, and lustily he sings, my love she's a milking maid, a red rosy cheek. Of cotton wrap her gown was made, I loved her many a week. His milking maid the plowman sung, till all the fields around him rung. The Dying Child, by John Clare. He could not dive in trees for green, for the love the time too well. His little hands and flowers were seen, were held for the bluebell, as he was carried over green. As I glanced at the white-nosed bee, he knew was children of a spring. He was well and on the lea, he held one in his hands to sing, which filled his heart with glee. Infants were children of a spring. Or can an infant die when butterflies are on the wing, green grass and such a sky? Or can they die at spring? He held his hands for daisies white, and then for violets blue, and took them all to bed at night, that in the green fields grew his childhood's sweet delight. And when he shut his little eyes, and flowers would notice not, birds' nests and eggs caused no surprise, he no blossoms got. They met with plaintive sighs. When winter came and blasted sigh, and bare the plain and tree, a sea for ease and bed did lie, his soul seemed with free, he died so quietly. The Fear of Flowers, by John Clare. The nodding ox eye bends before the wind, the woodbine quakes lest boys the flowers should find. A prickly dog, grows spite of its array, can't dare the blossom-seeking hand away. The thistles whir the heavy knobs of bloom, proud as a war-horse whirs its haughty plum, and by the roadside dangers self-defy. On commons where pinned sheep and oxen lie, in ruddy pomp and ever-thronging mud, it stands and spreads like danger in a wood, and in the village street the meanest weeds can't stand untouched to fill the husk with seed. The haughty thistle o'er all danger towers, in every place where a wasp of flowers. The Firetail's Nest, by John Clare. Tweet peeps the robin as the cat creeps by, a nestling young that in the elders lie, and when the blue-cap tootles in its glee, picking the flies from orchard apple-tree, pink the chiffin's cries its well-known strain, urging its kind to utter pink again, while in the quiet wood hedgerows dry, and in that stir of shadowed melody. Around a rotten tree the Firetail mourns, as the old hedger to his toil returns, chopping a grain to stop the gap close by, the hole where her blue eggs in safety lie. Of everything that stirs she dreameth wrong, and peeps that we do it fierce the whole day long.
The Fox, by John Clare. The shepherd on his journey heard one night a dog among the bushes barking high. The ploughman ran and gave a hearty shout. He found a very fox and beat him out. The ploughman laughed and would have plucked him in, but the old shepherd took him for the skin. He lay upon the floor stretched for dead. The old dog lay and licked the bones that bled. The ploughman beat him till his ribs would crack, and when the shepherd slung him at his back. And when he rested, to his dog's surprise, the old fox started from his dead disguise. And while the dog lay panting in the sketch, he up and snapped and bolted through the hedge. He scampered to the bushes far away. The shepherd called the ploughman to the fray. The ploughman wished he had a gun to shoot. The old dog barked and followed the pursuit. The shepherd threw his hook and tottered past. The ploughman ran, but none could go so fast. The woodman threw his faggot from the way, and ceased to chop and wondered at the fray. But when he saw the dog and heard the cry, he threw his hatchet, but the fox was by. The shepherd broke his hook and lost the skin. He found a badger hole and bolted in. They tried to dig, but, safe from danger's way, he lived to chase the hounds another day.
The Instinct of Hope, by John Clare. Is there another word for this frail dust, warm with life and be itself again? Something about me daily speaks there must. Why should instinct nourish hopes and wane? 'Tis nature's prophecy that such would be, and anything seems struggling to explain the close-sealed volume of its mystery. Time wandering onward keeps its usual pace, as seeming anxious of eternity to meet with calm and find a resting place. E'en the small violet feels a future power, and waits each year renewing blooms to bring, and surely man is no inferior flower to die unworthy of a second spring.
The Lost One, by John Clare. I seek her in the shady grove, and by the silent stream I seek her where my fancies rove. And many a happy dream I seek her where I find her not, and spring and summer wherever. My thoughts paint many a happy spot, but we will never meet together. The trees and bushes speak my voice, and in the summer shower I often hear her pleasant voice. And many a silent hour I see her in the summer brook, in blossom sweet and fair. In every pleasing place I look, my fancy paints her there. The wind blows through the forest trees, and cheers the pleasant day. There her sweet voice is sure to be, will lull my cares away. The very hedge to find a voice, so does the girling grill, but still the object of my choice is lost and absent still.
The Maple Tree by John Clare. The maple with its tasseled flowers of green that turns to red, a staghorn-shaped seed just spreading out its scabbled leaves is seen, of yellowish hue yet beautifully green. Bark ribbed like corduroy and seamy screed, and farther up the stem is smoother seen. The white hemlock with wild umbel flowers, up each spread stoven to the branches towers, and mossy round the stoven spread dark green, and blotched leaved arches and the bluebell flowers. Thickly they grow, and 'neath the leaves are seen. I love to see them gent with morning hours. I love the long green places where they be, and the sweet clothing of the maple tree. The Old Year by John Clare. The old year's gone away to nothingness and night. We cannot find him all the day, nor hear him in the night. He left no footsteps, mark or place, and neither shade or sun. The last year's hid the neighbour's face, and this he's known by none. All nothing everywhere. Mists we on morning see have more of substance when we're here, and more of form than he. He was a friend by every fire and every cot and hall, a guest to every heart's desire, and now he's not at all. Old papers thrown away, old garments cast aside, the talk of yesterday, the things identified. But times once torn away no voices can recall. The eve of New Year's Day left the old year lost to all. The Peasant Poet by John Clare. He loved the brook's soft sound, the swallow swimming by. He loved the daisy-covered ground, the cloud-bedappled sky. To him the dismal storm appeared, the very voice of God. And when the evening wreck was reared, stood Moses with his rod. And everything his eyes surveyed, the insects in the bark, the creatures God Almighty made. He loved them for his sake, a silent man in life's affairs, a thinker from a boy, a patient in his daily cares, poet in his joy. The Poet's Death by John Clare. The world is taking little heed and plods from day to day. The vulgar flourish like a weed, the learned pass away. The learned pass away. We miss moan the summer path, the lonely summer day. The mowers cut the pleasant swath, and maidens make the hay. The vulgar take but little heed, the garden wants his care. Where lies the book he used to read, there stands the empty chair. The boat laid up, the voyage o'er, and past the stormy wave, the world is going as before, the poet in his grave. The Secret by John Clare. I loved thee, for I told thee not, quite earlyly and long. Or with my joy in every spot, the theme in every song. When I saw a stranger face, the beauty held the claim, I gave it like a secret grace, the being of thy name. And all the charms of face and voice which I and others see are but the recollected choice of what I felt for thee. The Shepherd's Tree by John Clare. Huge elm, with rifled trunk, all notched and scarred, like to the war's destiny. I love to stretch me often on thy shadowed sward, and hear the laugh of summer leaves above. Or on the buttressed roots to sit, and lean in careless attitude, and there reflect on times and deeds and darings that have been, all castaways, nor swallowed in neglect, although are towing in thy strength of heart, stirring the soul to vain imaginings, in which life's sordid being half nor part. Wind that eternal ditty sings, humming of future things, that burn the mind to leave some fragment of itself behind.
The Skylark by John Clare. The rolls and harrows lie at rest beside the blattered road, its reading far and wide. Above her russet clouds the corn is seen, sprouting at spry points of tender green, where squats with hair to terrace white rake, like some brown clod the house fade to break, opening the golden caskets to the sun. The buttercups make schoolboys' egg run, to see who shall be first to pluck the prize. Up from their hurry, see the skylark flies, and all her half-formed nest with happy wings winnows the air, till in the clouds she sings. When hangs the dust spot in the sunny skies, and drops till in the nest she lies, which we unheeded passed, dreaming when that birth which flew so high would drop again. to nest upon the ground, which anything may come and to destroy. Yet wave a wing, like such a bird themselves would be too proud, and built on nothing but pace and cloud, as free from danger as the heavens are free, from pain and toil, where would we build and be, and sail about the world to skeins unheard, oft and unseen. Oh, where away by the bird? So think we, while we listen to its song, and smile and fancy, and so pass along, while its low nest, moist with the dews of morn, lies safely within a roost in the corn.
The Sleep of Spring by John Clare. All for that sweet untroubled rest that poets oft have sung, the babe upon its mother's breast, the bird upon its young, the heart asleep without a pain. When shall I know that sleep again? When shall I be as I have been upon my mother's breast, sweet nature's garb of verdant green to woe to perfect rest? Love in the meadow, field and glen, and in my native wilds again. The sheep within the fallow field, the herd upon the green, the larks within the thistle shield and pipe for morn to eat. Off of the pasture fields and fen, when shall I see such rest again? I love the weeds along the fen, more sweet than garden flowers, for freedom haunts the humble glen that blessed my happiest hours. Here prison injures health and me, I love sweet freedom and the free. The crows upon the swelling hills, the cows upon the lea, sheep feeding by the pasture rills, are ever dear to me, because sweet freedom is the maid, while I am lone and desolate. I loved the winds when I was young, when life was dear to me. I loved the song which nature sung, endearing liberty. I loved the wood, the vale, the stream, for there my boyhood used to dream. Where even toil itself was play, 'twas pleasure e'en to weep, 'twas joy to think of dreams by day, the beautiful of sleep. And shall I see the wood and plain, and dream those happy dreams again?
The Soldier by John Clare. Home first of grown deer from away, and when the army in the Indias lay, friends letters coming from his native place, were like old neighbors with a country face. And every opportunity that came, opened the sheet to gaze upon the name of that loved village where he left his sheep, for more content peaceful folk to keep. And friendly faces absent many a year would from such letters in his mind appear. And when his pockets chattering through the chase, war is quiet, others take the place. Right loath to be of company breath, he kept the fragrance while a bit was left.
The Winter's Come by John Clare. Sweet chestnuts brown like solding lantern, the large trees like the color of the sun. That pale sky in the autumn seemed to burn, what a stranger scene before us now does run. Red, brown and yellow, russet, black and dun. White thorn, white cherry, and the poplar bare, sycamore withered in the sun. No leaves are now upon the birch tree where, all now stripped to the cold wintry air. See not one tree but what has lost its leaves, and yet the landscape wears a pleasing hue. The winter chill on its cold bed receives the foliage which once hung over the water's blue. Naked and bare the leafless trees repose. Blue-haired titmouse now seeks maggots rare, sluggish, and the leaf-strewn river flows. That is not green which was so through the year, dark chill November drove to a close. 'Tis winter, and I love to read indoors, and the moon hangs a crescent up on high. While on the window shutters the wind draws, and storms like foes pass remorseless by. How pleasant on a fever bed to lie, or sitting by the fire, and fancy soar with Dante, with Milton, to regions high. I read fresh volumes we've not seen before, or old burdens melancholy pour. The Winter's Spring by John Clare. The winter comes, I walk alone, I want no bird to sing. To those who keep their hearts their own, the winter is the spring. No flower to please, no beast to hum, the coming spring's already come. I never want the Christmas rose to come before its time. The seasons each as God bestows are simple and sublime. I love to see the snowstorm hang, despite the winter garb of spring. I never want the grass to bloom, the snowstorm's best and white. I love to see the tempest come, and love its piercing light. The dazzled eyes that love to cling, our snow-white meadow sees the spring. I love the snow, the crumpling snow that hangs on everything. It covers everything below like white dove's brooding wing. A landscape to the aching sigh, a vast expanse of dazzling light. It is the foliage of the woods at winter's spring, the dress right east of the year in bud that makes the winter spring. And frost and snow is posy spring, nature's white spurts of a spring. The Woodcutter's Night Song by John Clare. Welcome, red and rosy sun, dropping lowly in the west. Now my hard day's work is done, I'm as happy as the best. Joyful are the thoughts of home, now I'm ready for my chair. So till tomorrow morning's come, bill and mittens lie you there. While we leave your pretty song, little birds, it gives me pain. And tomorrow is not long, when I'm with you all again. If I stop and stand about, will I know how things would be? Judy will be looking out every now and then for me. So fare you well and hold your tongues, sing no more until I come. We're not worthy of your songs, I never care to drop a crumb. All day long I love the oaks, but at nights, yon little cot, where I see the chimney smokes, is by far the prettiest spot. Wife and children all aware, the wife pleasant looks, table ready set and chairs, supper hanging on the hooks. Soon as ever I get in, with my faggot down I fling, little prattlers may begin, teasing me to talk and sing. Welcome red and rosy sun, dropping lowly in the west, and my hard day's work is done, I'm as happy as the best. Joyful are the thoughts of home, and now I'm ready for my chair. So till tomorrow morning's come, bill and mittens lie you there. The Woodcutter's Evening Song by Clare. Welcome, red and rosy sun, dropping lowly in the west. Now my hard day's work is done, I'm as happy as the best. Oh, to leave you pretty song, little birds, it gives me pain, that tomorrow is not long, when I'm with you all again. If I stop and stand about, will I know how things would be, where you will all be looking out, watching anxiously for me. Fare you well and hold your tongues, sing no more till next I come. We're not worthy of your songs, would never care to drop a crumb. All day long I love the oaks, but at night yon little cot, where I see the chimney smokes, I know not a prettier spot. All my little folks are there, waiting me with pleasant looks. Table ready is set and chair, supper hanging on the hooks. Soon as ever I get in, cook my faggot down I fling. Little prattlers then begin, teasing me to talk and sing. Welcome, red and rosy sun, dropping lowly in the west. Now my hard day's work is done, I'm as happy as the best. O Flower of Summer by Clare. When in summer thou walkest in the meads by the river, and to thyself talkest, darest thou think of one ever, and lost in the lorn one, that adores thee and loves thee? And when happy morn's gone, and nature's calm moves away, leaving thee to thy sleep like an angel at rest, darest the one who adores thee still live in thy breast? As nature here give thee love's past happy vision, and rob thee and leave thee in fancy's Elysian, where beauty I clung to, as leaves to the tree. And though fair and young too, looked lightly on me, till love came upon me like sun to the west, and shed its perfume and bloom on thy breast.
To a Dead Tree by Clare. All tree thou art without a past we last year, and the blackbird snug hid in branches that sing, the shadow stretched dark over the grasses approaching near, and thou wert as green as the maids of spring, how altered since when, not leaf hast thou got, mourners brown round thee were clothing the tree. The clown passed by thee, and heaved he not, and wrote a warm source of reflection for me. I think while I view thee and rest on the stile, life's bloom is as frail as the leaves thou hast shed. Like thee I may boast of my honours awhile, but new springs may blossom, and mine may be fled. Fond friends may bend over the raised turf where I am laid, and warm recollection the past may look over, and say by my life as I say by the shade, last spring he was living, but now he's no more.
To Clare by Clare. Well, honest John, how far you know at home. The spring is come and birds are building nests. The old robin to the sty is come with all the fevers in its ruddy breast, and with wattles and red comb struts with her hands, and seems to like some best, and crows and looks about with little crumbs, stripped out by little folks an hour ago. The pigs sleep in the sty, the bookman comes, the little boy lets home-close nesting go, and pockets tops and taws, the daisies blow, to look at the new number just laid down with lots of pictures and good stories too, and Jack the giant killer's high renown.
To the Lark by Clare. Bird of the morn, when roseate clouds begin to show the opening dawn, vogulately singst it in, and over sweet green fields and happy vales the pleasant song is heard, mixed with the morning gales. Bird of the morn, what time the ruddy sun smiles on the pleasant corn, the singing is begun, heartful and cheering our laborious toil, to chop and coppick wild and daily the russet soil. Bird of the sun, how dear to man art thou, when morning has begun to gild thy mountains broad. How beautiful is it to see, free rare to bless, winnowing the russet wings above the twitchy nest. Bird of a summer day, oft I stand to hear thee sing the air lay, with music wild and clear, till woe becomes to speak upon the sky, small as the clouds that crumble where I lie. O bird of happiest song, with spring and summer too, are fine the months along the woods and vales to view. If climes were evergreen, the song would be the sunny music of eternal glee.
What is Life? By John Clare. And what is life? An hourglass on a run, a mist retreating from the morning sun, a busy bustling still repeated dream, its length, a minute's pause, a moment's thought, happiness, a bubble on the stream that in the act of ceasing shrinks to naught. And what is hope? The puffing gale of morn, that of its charms divests the dewy lawn, and robs each floweret of its gem, and dies? A cobweb hiding disappointment's thorn, which stings more keenly through the thin disguise. And what is death? Is still the cause unfound, the dark mysterious name of horrid sound, a long and lingering sleep where I crave? And peace? Where can its happiness around? Nowhere at all, save heaven and the grave. Then what is life? When stripped of its disguise, a thing to be desired it cannot be, since everything that meets our foolish eyes gives proof sufficient of its vanity. It is but a trial all must undergo, to teach unthankful mortals how to prize that happiness vain men's denied to know, and at least called to claim it in the skies. Wild Bees by John Clare. These children of the sun which summer brings, as pastoral minstrels in a merry train, pipe rustic ballads upon busy wings, and glad the cotter's quiet toils again. The white-nosed bee that bores its little hole, and mortared walls and pipes its symphonies, another absent cozen black as coal, that Indian-like bepaints little things, with white and red beditched for holiday, right early morn to pipe and play, and with their legs struck slumber from their eyes. And I so fond they of their singing seem, when the howls abed at close of day, they still keep piping in their honey dreams, and larger ones that thrum and rather pipe, around the sweet swelling close and rich woods, that heavenly white and red flushed clover buds shine bonily and bean fields blossom ripe, shed dainty perfumes and give honey food to these sweet poets of the summer fields. Me much delighting as I stroll along the narrow path that hay-laden meadow yields, catching the windings of the wandering song. The black and yellow bumble first and wing to buzz among its hollows early flowers, hitting its nests and howls for fickle spring, or stints its rambles of frequent showers. And one that may for wiser piper pass, and levy dress half sables and half red, or laps the mossball in the meadow grass, and horses stores for neighbor showers have fled. And russet commoner who knows the face of blossom that the meadow brings, starting the traveller to a quicker pace, by fretting round his hair in many rings. We sweeten summer in the happy glee by giving for a honey melody. Winter Walk by John Clare. The holy bush, a sober lump of green, shines through the leafless shrubs all brown and grey, and smiles at winter, be it earth so keen, with all the leafy luxury of May. And oh, it is delicious when the day in winter's loaded garment keenly blows, and turns her back on sun-falling snows, that over gravel pathways creep between arches of evergreen that scare glide through a single feather of a driving storm. And in the bitterest day that ever blew, the walk will find some places still and warm, where dead leaves rustle sweet and give alarm to little birds that flirt and start away. Young Lambs by John Clare. The spring is coming by many signs, that trace up the hedges broken down, that fence the haystack, and a remnant shines like some old antique fragment withered brown. And where suns peep, in every sheltered place, the little early buttercups unfold their glittering star or two, till many trace the edges of the black from clumps and gold. And then a little lamb bolts up behind the hill, and wakes his tail to meet the yoe, and then another, sheltered from the wind, lays all his length is dead, and lets me go close by, and never stirs but baking lies, with legs stretched out as though he could not rise.